From ill-advised loot boxes to rushed DLC, 2017 gave those who hate games as a service plenty of reason to keep on hating. But if you're one of the hundreds of millions of players who consider themselves part of one of the following online gaming communities, chances are you thought 2017 was a very good year. This is a list of titles that have received standout post-launch support, evolving past the short-term aspirations of their peers to become long-term successes, or continuing their already massive legacy. To be considered, the game in question must have released post-launch content in 2017, so titles that spent the majority of the year in early access are not eligible. These are the top 10 most improved games of 2017. With 21 additional weapons, 8 more maps, and a new multiplayer mode, Splatoon 2 didn't just improve the experience from its predecessor and call it a day. The long-requested change to allow swapping weapon loadouts between matches shows that Nintendo is listening to feedback. Couple that with the big 2.0 update, and you've got the beginnings of a constantly evolving multiplayer experience that shows no signs of stopping. Titanfall II has been quietly but frequently adding new content since it released, including a cooperative PvE horde mode called Frontier Defense. New maps, new titans, and tons of new cosmetics have been added over the year, most of it completely free of charge, making Titanfall 2 a game that's even better now than it was at launch, and still one worth coming back to as we head into the new year. Overwatch has kept up its stellar post-launch support as it moved into its second year, maintaining the pace of running a seasonal event with new skins and modes every 2 months. Overwatch also released 3 new heroes in 2017, not to mention going back and significantly reworking a few old ones. It also got a deathmatch mode at long last, and some massively improved spectator tools, which have set the stage for what may well be a huge year for Overwatch League in 2018. The amount of new content players get with Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn is absolutely overwhelming. Just this year we got 2 large patches and a huge expansion with Stormblood, which included more than 100 new main scenario quests, new areas to explore, a new raid, 2 new jobs, and a whole lot more. Patches for Final Fantasy XIV aren't just simply balance updates either, and often include brand new quests, dungeons, items, PvP scenarios, the list goes on, and these don't even touch upon the frequent seasonal events. With 13 years under its belt already, you would imagine that World of Warcraft has its post-launch content down to a science at this point. But the 14-month content dry spell at the end of the Warlords of Draenor expansion proved that post-launch support should never be taken lightly. Happily, World of Warcraft has found its stride once again. The Legion expansion launched in August of 2016 with a commitment to better support for the live client. With 4 raids, an evolving storyline taking players to the world of Argus, and an untold wealth of goodies to chase added in 2017 alone, it's safe to say that this was one of the best years in World of Warcraft to date. The huge 7.07 update in November made Dota 2 a new game. Again, this sort of massive change is a welcome refresh for Valve's popular MOBA. 7.07 included important map changes, better talent tree options, a new rank system, new items, turbo mode, 2 new original heroes, and improvements to many other additions made before this patch. Prior to 7.07, Dota 2 received its own fun but flawed campaign, plenty of hero updates, and numerous other upgrades. Dota 2 keeps changing, and we're happier for it. Warframe is one of the most reliably updated free-to-play games around, having received frequent and often significant updates from developer Digital Extremes for nearly 5 years now. 2017 was no exception, with new Warframes and significant system rework scattered throughout the year, but the highlight was undoubtedly its Plains of Eidolon update, which brought Warframe's first truly open-world area to its players, and laid the groundwork for more areas like it to come. If you're a fan of action RPGs and haven't heard of Path of Exile, then you're in for a treat. Its Fall of Oriath expansion added the long-awaited 5th act in August. Oh, and also included Act 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 just to show off. But the linear campaign is only a piece of the content puzzle in Path of Exile. Seasonal leagues with insane modifiers like openly flagged PvP confer a totally different experience for veteran players. And if you enjoy a replayable endgame, then you'll be happy to hear that the remarkably clever Atlas of Worlds system received a major overhaul in the second expansion of 2017, War for the Atlas. At the low price of totally free, Path of Exile is more than worthy of your attention. It's easy to forget about League of Legends. That insular little PC title has almost certainly accumulated all of the players it's going to at this point and more or less run its course, right? Far from it. About 27 million players log into League every day, and about 80 million stop by to play each month. 2017 was perhaps League of Legends' most productive year. 5 brand new champions serve as the mere tip of the iceberg. Classic champions like Evelynn, Warwick, Galio, and Urgot have received complete aesthetic and mechanical reworks. Limited time events offer unique rewards, while sweeping mid-season updates continue to iterate on an already obscenely polished game. And the ever-present seasonal ranked grind gives players of all walks a reason to log in each and every night. Oh, and for the sake of time, let's just gloss over the largest esports scene in gaming to simply say that League of Legends will be around for a very, very long time. 2017 was a defining year for Rainbow Six Siege. Operation Health, which delayed a DLC season in favor of fixing some of the game's long-standing issues, was divisive, but ultimately proved Ubisoft's serious level of commitment to the longevity of Rainbow Six Siege. This is a far from common feat for a conventional AAA developer. Claiming aspirations of ranked play, esports, and years of post-launch support is one thing, actually following through and delivering on those claims is something else entirely. Operation Health aside, Siege added 8 new operators, 4 new maps, and a handful of features and aesthetic unlocks in 2017. But more importantly, shows no sign of stopping in the years ahead. In an age where AAA development's foray into games as a service has been marred by shady microtransactions, peer-to-peer connections, and sequels that regress the series, Rainbow Six Siege proved that going the extra mile is worth it in the long run. Those were our picks for the most improved games of 2017. Let us know yours in the comments, and for all things video games, keep it right here on IGN.